Hello everyone, it's Mrs. Poffenberger, and today I'm just going to go over how to complete these last three columns in your microscopic data table, Table 3, for your Hairy Situation Crime Scene virtual hair lab. So to figure out medullary index, you are going to use these two values, the width of the medulla and the width of the cortex. So medullary index, MI, equals the width of the medulla divided by the width of the cortex. Okay, so you're just going to divide column 1, the width of the medulla, by the width of the cortex. So we got 0 for the width of the medulla, and I got 2.1 for the width of the cortex. So if I divide 0 by 2.1, that's pretty easy. I mean, you can put that into your calculator, but 0 divided by 2.1 is going to be 0. Okay, so width of the medullary index there would be 0. So again, figuring out the medullary index, you're just taking width of medulla divided by the width of the entire hair, which we can use this width of the cortex because that's going across the entire hair. The next column wants you to estimate the number of hairs that will fit into the field of view. So to do that, you need to go back to your Part 3 slideshow and looking at that first hair sample underneath high power on the microscope, here is the field of view. Okay, that round circle is your field of view. Here is the hair. Okay, so looking at this hair, we need to estimate how many of these hairs would fit across this field of view. So I think another one would fit here, so that'd be 1. Then we can probably fit another one, so that'd be 2. So 1, 2, 3, and then another one over here, probably 4, and then maybe a little bit of another one there. So somewhere between 4 and 5 hairs are going to fit across this field of view most likely. So to put that in our data table, it's an estimation, so I'm just going to put that little symbol that represents estimate or about. So I'm going to say about 4 hairs. So about 4 of them are going to fit into that field of view. So that's what you do for that particular column. The next column, the size of a single hair in micrometers. So our measurements here were in centimeters, and they just did that because that's the ruler that they had to work with, and it'd be too small on a virtual lab to do a ruler that's smaller than that. But really we measure hair in micrometers. So the field of view measurement, if you look back on your Part 3 slideshow, it told you to assume that the field of view measurement for high power for that entire field of view is 425 micrometers. So to figure out the size of a single hair, you're just going to take that 425 and divide it by the amount of hairs that fit into your field of view. So our number for that column was 4. So we would just take 425, divide that by 4 to get our size of a single hair in micrometers. So if we bring up the calculator, 425 divided by 4 is going to give us 106.25, and that would be micrometers. So that's the estimated size of our single hair underneath the microscope. Okay, so hopefully you now know how to figure out those 3 columns. If you have any questions for me, just see me in class, or you can shoot me an email if it's outside of class time. Thanks so much for listening, and have a great one. We'll see you later.